Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mythos Conservatory live stream. Today, we are playing Dungeons and Dragons again. We are going to play the adventure, The Ember King. It is written by Bianca Bickford, and I will be your DM, Rishika. Uh, Welcome to all our four players. They will be playing the four characters Agro, pronouns he, him, Firenze, pronouns he, him, Tryon, pronouns he, him, and Forager, pronouns he, they. Why don't we go around and introduce the characters and give a basic idea of what they look like and what people should know about them before we get started with our story for the day. Agro, why don't you go first?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Agro, and I'm a halfling. That's the first thing you should know about me. And I play the bagpipe. I work around as entertainer around uh, around the cities, like in this cluster of cities in this area, and meet interesting people, make interesting friends, and overall, it's fun. It's a fun life.
Great to have you with us. Firenze, you want to go next?
Okay, so Firenze is basically a half orc, but he's like a young half orc, and like he has like very clean kept beard and like short hair with and he's very muscular if you could see him, uh, unlike me,
Awesome.
and meeting our dreams with the D&D, y'all. And he has a very big great axe like strapped to his back, and he has like a very sleeveless cloth jacket, and you could see his abs, all of them very clearly defined. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Looking forward to learning more about him during the game. Tryon, you want to go next?
Sure. So Trine is a high elf wizard, and he has a sage background. So he has like a very big white beard and long hair, and he's sent here by a friend named Ricky. That you can go with these people, and they can use you in this adventure.
Okay. Uh, we'll see how that comes into play. Really nice to have you here. Forager,
Yeah,
wanna go
so
next?
I'm forager and I am kind of like in my late teens. Um, I look as generic as I can. Like my skin's if I just stand in the outdoors, there's a good chance you won't even spot me. Because it like other than just camouflaging, I'm also just really like introverted and I keep to myself at all times. So it's like my aura is also like this.
The aura of a wallflower.
Yeah, yeah, flower, But yeah, and so my skin's like olivish, and I have long hair, and I was sent also by a friend who told me that this tavern appears, and it seems like an adventure to me. So I was like, okay, why not? Let's see. But I don't like my intentions were not to like socialize. My intentions were it was more of curiosity of like
Mhm.
what is there. So yeah,
Let's see whether the curiosity kills the druid.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Really?
have a history of druid killings.
Oh God, do not remind us. This channel kills druids way too easily.
Or
Oh no. It's okay. We'll see how the
first
adventure
time for
goes.
everything.
It's really fun to have the four of you here, and let's get started with the story for today. So our story begins in the city of Waterdeep, which is a certain city, a very popular city on the Sword Coast, and people come over there from all places. The time right now is late in the winter, and people are getting ready for what is known as uh, the Feast of the Moon, and which is kind of a celebration where friends and family come together in the winter to celebrate their ancestors through tales and grand meals. Uh, what has happened, however, is you guys have been informed that by your friends and that there is this particular strange place, this place called uh, Buckle Alley Alleyway, in one of the corners of Waterdeep, where every year, every 10 years, rather, of every 10 years, on the night of the Feast of the Moon, a tavern appears out of nowhere and it takes you to a different world altogether, the world of the Fey creatures. And over there, people come together with their tales and stories and discuss and just have fun. So it's a night of pleasure, it's a night of feasting, and it's something that very few people get access to because not many people know about it. And the invitation to this tavern is mostly through people. Like if someone knows, they inform other people that they care about and they end up visiting this place. So all four of you have been invited by one of your friends, and you make your way down the cold streets. It's frigid air is blowing through the streets. There's not many people. Most of them are back at their homes next to the fireplaces, enjoying nice meals with their families. As you make your way down the road, you come to this small alleyway where there seems to be a crowd gathering already. People are talking to each other, people, and most of them you see seem to be of varied ages. There are young adventurers, there are many of them who seem to be battered veterans, but they seem to be relaxed, they seem to be calm. Nothing seems to be much of concern to them. They are just there to enjoy. And around this time, as you walk over there, you see one man approach you as you guys enter this particular alleyway. You here for the Tavern of the Ember King, huh?
Yeah.
Of course, why else? Why? I mean, this is what
First
it's known
time?
for. This place. Yes, yes.
Oh, you're in for a treat, I must tell you. And what about you? He points at Firenze. First
Do you
time?
have drinks?
Oh, you'll find enough once the tavern appears. It's about time. Um,
That's all I care
and
about.
and as he looks around, you hear suddenly the cold, frigid air drop silent for a second, and you hear the sounds of a bell, ding, like the bells of a door opening. And you look to the side, and between the buildings that form this alleyway, out of nowhere there are sparks appearing and flames appearing that grow from the ground up, move into the air as embers pop, and you see appearing in front of you a small two-story tavern that's been unnaturally squished between these two buildings, almost popping out of the top. You feel suddenly you hear the sound of music that is filling the air. You feel slightly warm wind coming from towards this tavern, and the door opens and you see light inside, and you see that you feel the smell of warm food just drift out of the door the moment it opens and hit all of your nose. People immediately start filing in, and you see from the door a tiny flame emerges, floats through the air, and stops in front of the door. As your eyes adjust to the sudden light in the darkness of the night, you realize that's a tiny figure. It's a bright pixie with fire like wings who is welcoming each of these adventurers and travelers who have come here one by one by name as they enter the tavern. What do you do?
Hmm.
I'm probably
Hello.
just intimidated by the crowd, so just standing as still as I can, but also I want to get in eventually, so slowly moving.
What about you, Agro?
Oh, I'm gonna say hello to the pixie, and I think I'm gonna try and tickle them.
So you approach the pixie. Oi, there's a line. Stand in the queue.
Ah, all right, okay. I
You'll
was
get
just
your
saying
turn.
hi. Okay, sure.
This was not the
This,
pixie. This was one random person on the queue.
oh, this was the
Yeah,
person in the queue.
yeah, yeah.
Chill out, chill out. I'm just saying hi to the pixie, and yeah, I go for the pixie
That's the
then.
Ember King.
Oh.
Calm down.
All
You'll get
right,
your turn.
I'm gonna go at the back. I take my place in the line.
Uh, so as you take your places in the line, you realize that the four of you are at the end of the line together. And this is the first time you have like essentially met each other. You
Hmm.
haven't met each other before. So as you stand in line, the line slowly progresses. Is there any particular order you would like to go in?
And I mean, I joined the line at the end, so I guess I'll be at the end.
Okay. So aggro is at the end.
I
Forager is right before.
I
Hmm.
Tryon.
guess Ferenc will be in the front.
Okay, Ferenc will be in the front, Tryon will be second, Forager, and then Aggro. So as you walk down the line, you can hear that the people in the line are like calmly going in, but they're really excited to have a fun time, and you can hear loud cheers coming in from inside and music flowing through the air as you come closer. It As you walk down the line, you come to the front. Firenze, you see that the Ember King looks at you. Oh, and who might you be?
Oh, little fairy! He has
Oh,
probably
I'm
not
not
even
a
noticed
pixie.
it
I'm a
at this
man.
point. He just
Uh-huh.
saw him calling it out, calling him out. Oh, a little fairy, and tries to reach for the Ember King.
Calm yourself. I am the Ember King, and I welcome you to my domain.
Oh,
Uh,
you're a king,
but of course.
mighty king. You are very tiny for a king, I must say.
Well, I must say, size doesn't matter much when you're in the Feywild.
Oh.
Okay, he's probably confused as to who this person is and what the who a king is at this point.
Oh, come on, get inside. I will come and join your table. Once you're in. And who might you be? He points at Tryon.
I'm here for an adventure along with my friend, and sorry for my friend who might have mistook you for a pretty fairy and try to touch you. Uh,
Oh, no worries, not at all. Uh, have a fun time. Who might I ask sent you? For they must be dear to me too.
it was Ricky.
Oh, Ricky! Oh, I haven't met them in a long time. How are they doing?
They are doing well. Their job is is going well, and they are also doing adventures on the side, and uh, and trying to pick on some monsters.
Oh, that's brilliant. I should invite him to Feywild sometimes. Uh, it's good. Why don't you go in, get a seat? I'll come join and we can talk more.
Sure.
And another new face then. Forager, he is looking at you.
I just like reluctantly smile. But
Hmm, not much of a speaker, are you?
I just not.
Well, we'll have some conversations inside. Go take a seat. Maybe you can join these good folks, the ones ahead of you in the line. And another new face, and seems to be the last one in the line. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Agro. Uh, Pleased to meet you, Your Majesty. Uh,
Um,
give a
We
call.
don't do that here.
All right.
No
So
worries.
just
And who sent you?
do you know Ankita,
Ankita. Oh, isn't that the girl with the knives?
knife thrower? Yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah, she's still doing that the carnival thing.
She's pretty settled in over there. Uh,
Hmm.
well,
Yeah, it
good thing
seems
she
my
does because
recommendation worked out for her then.
of course. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
You met her there at the carnival?
The carnival.
Hmm.
Uh, I volunteered to be the victim of the knife throwing. Fun times.
Ah, good times, huh?
Uh huh.
Well, go
What's
on
the
in
king into?
and well, get on in and we'll have some more conversations down the road. Um, so, it seems you're the last in, and he snaps his fingers, and the door closes shut as all of you enter the room. Now, in front of you is a large, almost 50 feet across 45 feet room, which is filled with all manners of people in all forms of celebration. People have drinks, some people are telling stories already. You see at the end of the building, at the end of the room, there is another open door which leads on to some a large room that you can see from this, at least from this angle, and you see from the door tiny balls of ember flowing in and out of that room, and some of them are carrying these enormous trays in their hands. Like the flames are tiny, but the things that they're carrying on their heads or on their hands above, they're like huge trays filled with beer. And as your eyes focus, you notice these are the tiny pixies who are serving the patrons of the tavern. You see that the entire room is lit with torches, and there is a large fireplace cackling with embers that almost seem to mimic the pixies that are floating around, and it fills this entire room with some sort of a cozy vibe. Some music, a bard is playing some music on the side, and you can hear it. uh, Conversations are happening all around. When someone's name is shouted, all the patrons raise a glass, oh, and they're like raising a glass in a toast, and the entire place is filled with the smell of wine, ale, and enticing food. uh, you can see that most of the tables are full except one of them which is empty, and you see that the king is waiting for you to take a seat. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out and say.
Yeah, we'll get a
Yeah,
seat.
yeah.
So you guys go on ahead and find yourself a nice cozy seat, and you see that the king has followed you and is floated down and is standing on the table. So tell me more. I heard from you two about how you got to know about my tavern here. What about the others? Who sent you here?
Jean.
Hmm. Yeah, Jean. That you have to be a little more specific. It's a common name.
um, Long hair, motherly smile, makes good food.
Oh, yes, that Jean. Oh, you're her friend?
Yeah, she's a very close friend of mine.
She's a really kind person, isn't she?
Of course.
Hmm.
And the
Really great to
best cook
see.
ever.
Uh, to be honest, I must agree with you on that. I have tasted her food. I have only had the pleasure once, but it was amazing. It was a great night. She came in here and she said that she wants to take control of the kitchen because apparently the food wasn't up to her standards. And, I did offer her a position, but, well, she seems she had other business to take care of.
Yeah. She's just the best.
Oh, I'm sure she is. What about you, oh silent one? Tell me a little. Who brings you here?
I heard from one of my friends. We have a really tight knit community, but even in it, I like to spend time alone. So one of my brother's friends thought it would be a good idea if I should get out of my space and go. And since this is a tavern that just appears, I'm I'm curious to know more about you and the tavern. So that is actually why I'm here.
Brilliant. Stories are my thing. I am known as the great storyteller. And
Then tell me
I'll.
yours.
All in good time, all in good time. Roberta! A round of drinks for these new folks! And you see a tiny pixie float through the air. Yes. I'll get it. I get it for them immediately. And you see she flies quickly into the kitchen and returns with a tray filled with golden ale on the four golden ales on a tray, and she brings down and then puts it down in front of you. Is that all? Um, uh, Anything else I should I get for you?
Oh no, this is fine.
Of course. Just give me a call if you need anything else. Sir?
Sure.
She bows to the Ember King and leaves. So, uh, tell me more a little bit about you. So, I see you are here. Forager was your name, was it?
Yeah.
You're here out of curiosity. What about the others? Any other particular thing that brings you to the Feywild?
Uh, are you asking me?
I'm asking the others.
Oh, okay.
I've heard about good food, good drink. Seems like all the most of the carnal pleasures to be had here. So uh, that's what I'm here for.
Pleasures definitely are a thing in the Feywild.
Mhm.
It has its fair share of danger too, but if you are careful, you will find what you want. You'll find what you want here.
There's a chance to be not careful uh, when I'm around in taverns. So I guess we'll deal with that as well.
Well,
Yeah.
you gotta be careful. The Fey are good folk, but they tend to take things quite seriously if you mess with them.
All right. Uh, I'll just lock that up. Mm. Blending with
When
the
the
swig.
uh, sorry, when the Ember King says you could get whatever you want, my eyes kind of like spark up a bit, and I start paying a little more attention to his body language, just because now I'm interested in what he's saying.
Okay, Firenze, Tryon, what are you doing meanwhile?
While like they are talking, Firenze just asks in between, like try interrupts, like, you
Uh,
guys mentioned this Feywild. What is a Feywild?
oh, I'm
Is
glad
it
you
some sort of
asked.
a beast?
Oh, the name, it's weird, yes, but the plane that you were in now is different from the one that you were on outside. You have now entered into the plane of the Feywild, the home of the all things Fey. You will find a lot of dangers, a lot of fun, a lot of adventures here, and I am but the collector of these adventures and stories. Let me get you guys a menu. And he goes around and looks and he points, and uh, one of the pixies just flows through the air and comes to you with a menu. You take a look at the menu, and what's odd is the menu doesn't have any prices written. Instead, you see that, uh, for example,
Mhm.
you're looking at the price of the ale that you're having right now,
Hmm.
and the price of that ale is given as one embarrassing story. You see things like whiskey sour is one bitter tale. You see fresh calamari is one ocean tale. You see pretzels are one anxious story. A charcuterie board is the name of your first love.
Okay. Accurate.
Anything suits your interest, huh?
Wait, is this all drinks? Uh,
Food and drinks.
No, it's the whole menu. Yeah.
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 There's fish and chips.
It's
There
just
is fried mushrooms.
fried
There's beef.
chicken. If there's fried chicken, I'll just ask for that.
Fried chicken is gonna be it's gonna be a fate ale.
A fate ale. All right.
Well, have you had any encounters with the Fae?
Not me, but there's a few people I met along the way. They did tell me about one time they got sent to the Feywild. The the behest of a wizardess, if I'm to be specific. They went in there. Some of them picked a fight with the Eladrin. Doesn't seem like a good idea. Then,
That is true.
yeah.
Messing with Eladrin can be a little bit of a problem for you in the future.
And I think they ended up saving part of the forest from a wildfire. So seems like
Oh,
very
was that the Autumn Forest?
uh-huh. As that's what they said. Brought back some souvenirs, some gifts. Uh, Thanks for saving part of the forest. Like I know you like the forest out there.
Sounds like the Fae paid the debt. You ought to be careful when you're going around the Feywild. Even simple thanks can make you indebted to a Fae creature. Uh, be careful what you say and mean what you say. That is the only way you'll be safe while you traverse the Feywild. And the Fae do care about fairness of trade. If they find themselves indebted to you, they will make sure that the debt is fully paid. So a fried chicken for you coming right up. And what about you? What about you, Firenze? What would you like?
What's the best you got?
Well, special. I guess the charcuterie board is considered quite good over here. But there's fish and chips, there's potato stew, sausage
Sure,
rolls.
whatever you said. Charcuterie board.
Well, that will be the name of your first love. Ever
Oh,
been in love?
hmm.
And you see his
I,
eyes spark and he's like really interested in gossip.
just the name. Yeah.
Oh, just the name will do. Rest I'll find out.
Oh,
The name's Rogan. You can find it out yourself.
Rogan. And he gives you like a smirk. Ah, any of you know this Rogan fellow?
I know of a fellow named Joe Rogan. That's it.
Same guy?
No.
He looks at you.
No. No.
Well. A
That
charcuterie board coming for you right up. And what about you, Trian?
I can have the same thing, I guess. It's the best, so I can just I can also take that. And the price is just a name, so uh, I don't mind that.
Names matter. I hope you know that names are everything to a fae.
I start to rub my belly, but I am also very hungry, so I guess I'll
Well,
continue
if
with that.
filling, when if you want something filling, there's also Maria's chicken and rice. That's going to be one folktale from your homeland. It's quite filling, I must say.
Hmm. Sure. If it can fill my stomach, then sure, I'll go with that instead.
So, tell me a story from your homeland.
Sure. So uh, there was a story where I and Ricky we were passing through a dark forest, and while we were passing through that, suddenly we heard some some laughs from behind, and I recognized that it was a beast. And they looked like monkeys, and they were climbing the trees and waiting for us to turn back. And because I know that, I asked Ricky that do not turn back, but it was too late. And as soon as he turned back, we were rushing through the forest, getting out of it, trying to escape from all of those monsters. It was a close call. We almost died.
Interesting tale. Maria's rice coming right up. And Forager, any food for you?
Probably something small, like
Well, if
a
you're
starter or
looking for some,
something.
well, if you're looking for something small, you could go for fresh calamari or pretzels.
Pretzels. Yeah,
That is going to be one anxious story.
I'm living it right now.
Oh, smart one, aren't you? Well, your sense of humor sure has bought you some pretzels.
Yeah.
Uh, coming right up. So, you wanted to know my story? So, I, known as the Ember King, I was once just another pixie, uh, born in the Feywild, living my life until I realized I had a knack for telling tales. And with the strange, a string of fortunate events, I would say, I found myself in the summer court as the court storyteller and interacting with the other archfey of the Feywild. I ended up gaining some powers of my own and the ability to create my domain. And he snaps his fingers, and you see a flame sofa just appears on the table, and he leans down and just sits on the sofa and leans down. And with my powers, I created the space that you see here, a safe place for all adventurers with stories so that I can hear them and tell their tales to the summer court in the future. And you were asking me about the Feywild, weren't you, Firenze?
Yeah, I'm still not sure whether like friends, Feywild is a place.
Feywild is the world that you see once you leave through that back door. And he points to a door that is there on the side of the room. There's one open door which goes into another larger room, but there's another door which seems to be slightly different, and there seems to be a white glow coming from underneath it. The Feywild is a place that gave rise to every single fey creature that you have heard of. The elves that roam this land were once uh, fey creatures. The elves that live in the Feywild are the Eladrin, the ones that Agro spoke of. Uh, so it is considered to be uh, somewhat of a dangerous place at times. And the reason it becomes dangerous is because things work very differently. As you might have noticed, from this particular establishment itself, we don't care much about your money. What matters to the Fae is different for each of them. For me, it's stories. For another, it might be something else altogether. Anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, how are all these
Bad
pixies carrying
doors.
these huge trays?
Well, that's my magic. Well, I won't say pixies are not very strong. They are certainly capable of carrying large things, but well, my magic does help them out over here. You, I have reasonably powerful abilities when you're in this particular establishment. I do have an offer for you, however.
Interesting.
Would you be interested? Tryon, what say you?
Don't see
Uh,
why not.
my mouth is filled with Maria's chicken, and I just look at it. Sure, tell me.
Well, well. You seem like someone who is just getting started with their journey on the path of adventure. Am I right?
Yes.
Then my offer to you might be enticing. There is an adventure hidden within this establishment. All you need to do is complete it. And when you finish it, and tell me your tale of how you overcame the obstacles in front of you, I will give you two things. I'll give each and every one of you one magic item. And I will give you access to that door. And he points to the back door. So that you can
All
fulfill your
right.
dreams in the world of the Feywild. Sounds like a good offer to you?
Works for
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, I also agree.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, well, well,
Let's
well,
go.
well! And his voice echoes loudly. It seems we have some challengers here. They're going to complete the adventure of the tavern. And you see loud cheers all around, and everyone's like, hey!
Hey.
And everyone's like, so, and he,
Yeah.
are the four of you ready, or would you like some time to finish your meal and talk to each other?
Yeah, I'd like to go on my adventure with my stomach full. Just start eating off the.
Well, then
Yeah,
just come
we'll
to me at the
finish
bar
what we
table.
earned.
I'll wait for you at the bar table, and once you're ready, just come and we'll get started. So, saying this, the king, his wings had disappeared in the middle, but suddenly his flame-like wings appear again, and he floats in the air and goes to the bar room where he sits. And before going there, he goes across the tables, talking to some other patrons. He's greeting all of them really friendly, and everyone is just very happy to meet him, and they're really excited. Some of them are telling him stories, getting their food, and you guys are free to have your food and talk with each other. Anything you'd like to converse about?
Yeah, I probably look at uh, everybody and I'm like, so what kind of adventure do you think he's gonna send us on?
I just look at her
Something
and go,
magical.
yum, yum, yum.
I'm sorry, you guys overlap together. Tryon, you go first, and then Firenze.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I just look at her and I go, yum, yum. I've already had an adventure. Let's go.
Firenze, you were saying?
And assume something magical, as he mentioned, the back door.
Okay.
Just the sentence out of context would be so bad.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a treasure hunt. Maybe it teleports us into a room and we have to escape it.
Do you
I've seen
think
that
we're
happen.
capable?
And if we are not, then
We're
that's
gonna
the
find
end
out.
of the line here. Let's go.
Guys, give me one tiny second. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
You guys are hearing the music, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, cool. I'll be back in a moment too.
Hi.
Oh wait, she's
Okay,
here.
cool.
Never mind.
It's okay. Okay. We will take 10 minutes break in around 15 minutes. Does that work
Sure.
for you? Good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Cool. So, you guys are free to talk to each other more if you want to. Once you're done with your meal, let me know.
I
Anything
think
else you'd
I
like to talk
am.
about? Cool.
Not really.
Cool. So, once you guys finish your meal, the food was great. It is much better than the typical food you would find at Waterdeep, and you see why people keep coming back year after year to this place. Just the food is enough to keep you coming back for more.
Wow, what
Uh,
pretzels.
for a simple joke, the pretzels are very much worth it.
Mhm.
I've never seen a more pretzely pretzel.
You guys have a nice meal, and you are ready to proceed to the bar room. Once you go there, and the king is waiting for you, talking to one of the patrons at the bar. He has summoned himself a flaming kind of like a table to lean on as he talks to the patrons at the bar. It's like, well, and as soon as he leans away from it, it blows up in flames and the entire thing disappears. The table disappears. I assume you're ready once that you're here.
Yeah, bring it on.
Well, I sure will. And he snaps its fingers, and everything around you immediately goes dark.
Great.
And
Uh,
for a few seconds, you're a little confused, and then you suddenly find yourself uh, on a wooden platform. The sound of the music has drowned out. It's still there, but far in the distance. You
nice.
look to your side, and there is a massive glass wall. And outside it is trees, forest. But what's weird is it's strangely huge. The forests just look enormous. They are thousands and thousands of thousands of times larger than you are. And it's just enormous trees you can see. And you look around the room and you look to the other side, everything is gigantic
Did we
around you.
shrink? Oh,
You are
god damn it.
standing
Oh,
on a windowsill and you're looking
oh.
around and you realize no, the world isn't big. You
We're
are
small.
tiny now.
No, honey, I shrunk the kids.
Ember King, what have you done?
And you hear a voice booming. Well, this is your adventure. You are still in the tavern, but you are somewhere else in this tavern. Your job is simple: find your way down to the fireplace next to where you were sitting. Once you come over there, your journey will be over and your quest fulfilled. All the best.
And then he just like yeets himself away.
He yeets himself
Oh,
away, he blows up into glowing flames and disappears.
How
no.
fancy.
Okay.
You look around and you find yourself in a it seems to be a rather typical room. On the windowsill that you're standing, there you can see outside it seems to be a forested area, but on the other side you see that it's right above the windowsill is right above a bed. The
Okay.
room around you seems reasonably occupied. There is no one here at the moment, but people are definitely living here on a daily basis. Next to you is a large chest, and on the floor is a small a backpack that is leaning against the wall. And on the other side, beyond the bed, is a door, a wooden door.
Hmm.
So where are we? He's just
So
confused and looking around.
Okay, I will give you a little bit more of a detailed description.
No, no,
So,
no. He was
No, no,
No,
no.
no.
look.
I think
Ferenc
he was
was
asking
saying
because
this.
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Friends. Uh, we are in the tavern, as he said. Don't know where exactly, but
So from the windowsill, how much of a drop it is there? Like we
exactly.
are on a windowsill, right?
So, right
From the
now,
from the
you
windowsill to the bed, I'm guessing. Is that what you're asking?
windowsill to the bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is approximately looking at the distance, it's a few feet. It is around 1.5, 2 feet. But for you, if you
Oh.
land safely on the bed, you wouldn't be hurt.
Mm.
Uh, outside, however, outside the windowsill, it's pretty much a steep drop to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Do you guys think we need to head towards the door?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is the inner room or something.
Okay. Well, then I guess we gotta go towards the bed first, and then and then reach the door.
Yeah. So, the bed is right. The bed is right on the windowsill. So if you were to just like climb down from the windowsill onto the side of the bed, you can just jump onto the mattress and not get hurt. Getting down
Okay.
from the mattress to the ground
Is
is,
a different thing.
however,
Yeah.
going to be a
Mm-hmm.
challenge.
Mm-hmm. All right. At least we could get down on the bed. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the four of you make your way down, just jump on to the mattress, and there is an unexpected bounce, and
Oh.
one of you, and you fall on this one, and you bounce a little, and you're not hurt. The bounce was a little unexpected. However, one of you just slightly slips and ends up falling onto the pillow, which was softer than you expected, and you just sink into the pillow.
No.
But it's not very hard. You just climb. It's like moving on shifting sand, and you
Hmm.
get up, and you are down on the bed. Around this time, you notice in the air, floating in the air, is a hourglass.
Huh.
Oh. It
Oh,
follows.
and you hear a voice in your voice, loud booming voice. Oh, I forgot to mention that hourglass in the air. That's how much time you have. All the
Oh my
best.
god.
Oh.
Wait, how fast is this hourglass moving?
I mean, it's
Uh,
an
that
hour.
is that is going to be an investigation check.
Oh,
So,
okay.
First
First roll. First
roll.
roll.
first roll.
You'll have to
So,
help me with this because
yeah.
I don't
So
know what I'm
roll
doing.
a d20 plus
Okay.
and your investigation modifier, which should be on your character sheet.
Where would I find
Uh,
the
so
modifier?
you Yeah, so the modifier in your character sheet, there is a list of different skills that you have.
Okay. Yeah, it says plus. No, it says -1
Minus
investigation.
one. So that is 1d20 minus one. So roll a
Okay.
d20 and subtract one.
Oh my god. Five.
Then what did
Five
you roll?
minus one.
5 minus
Uh,
1, 4.
4.
Um,
Yeah, I know nothing.
you look at the hourglass. You're like, okay, it seems to be falling at a certain pace, and approximately after a certain time, it will get over.
Amazing. Hey
It's
guys,
somewhere between 10
see
minutes and 10 days.
I think it would I think we have a certain amount of time.
Good guess.
Thank you.
I will allow one
So
other
that means
person
it
to
is.
make an investigation roll. I'll allow one more person to make an investigation roll. Up to you who wants to go for it.
I can try that. I am
Go ahead.
very well versed with investigation.
Go ahead.
Uh, it's 13 plus 5, 18.
Whoa.
Okay,
Yeah, wizard.
great. That is quite a bit. You are, as a wizard, you are experienced in what is can only be considered a primitive form of the sciences, and you do some calculations in your head, and in your brain it's all like those formulas appearing in the air,
Like that
and you're like
lady.
with that lady, and you fathom that you have approximately an hour to get to finish this quest.
Approximately an hour. I mean, it is an hour
Like an
past.
hourglass.
Literally an hour.
So I
Okay.
think we should hurry up.
Yeah, I'm contemplating the pillow.
I'll reach out and like try to get him out of the pillow.
No, I'm
Okay.
looking at the pillow. I'm not inside the pillow.
Oh, I thought you were like stuck or like trying to get
No, no,
out.
I'm just contemplating the pillow. Maybe we should just throw
Oh,
it on the floor
yeah,
so we
exactly.
can
Yeah, that is really smart.
just jump on the floor.
Ferenc like starts tugging the pillow and like trying to.
Okay. So, Firenze, are you doing this on your own?
I'm
I
also going
mean,
to help.
oh,
Okay.
Can we all help?
Yeah,
Okay.
all of us
So
will
that
drag the
is
pillow.
going to be an athletics roll with advantage. One of you choose who wants to go for it.
Strongman
Go for
Ferenc,
it,
go for it.
strong
Yeah,
man.
probably someone strong. Yeah.
advantage, right?
Yes, with advantage, which means you roll 2d10, 2d20s and choose the higher one.
It's a 15 plus 5. 20.
Oof, 20, dirty
Nice.
20. So, first, when you alone start pulling it, it doesn't budge much. But with the four of you working together, you manage to pull it off the edge, and then with one small push, the entire pillow topples to the ground. What to the others is just like a soft thud. To you, it's like a loud. You see dust specks blowing up, coming up from the floor, and like suddenly there's a blow of wind as it crashes onto the ground.
I hold him just in case he flies away with that, with the.
With the intense wave of EDM.
So as you grab him and make sure he doesn't fall, and the pillow is on the ground, you look down and you see it's in a good position for you to fall and not get injured.
What does the bed smell like?
What?
That
Oh
is a
no!
very good
Oh no!
question. Roll a perception check.
Please fail. I don't want to know.
It's a 10.
Uh, so
Smells like fart.
as you go to the bed and you start like you sit down on the ground and you start sniffing the bed
Casual.
casually. um, you feel
No.
like it's the
Don't
smell of
feel.
a bed. It doesn't really have anything specific smells. It's a typical bed, but the only
Okay.
difference is at your scale dust can be a little more annoying.
Oh.
So as you smell, you feel your lungs get suffocated and you feel like a sneeze incoming.
He sneezes like twice in a row.
Uh, okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You hear in the distance some laughter.
YOLO, I'm jumping on the pillow. And I just
Since you're jumping, make an acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics. No, wait. Let me
Uh-huh.
check. Okay, got it. I'll roll an Albert. Hmm. That's in 17 plus 5, 22.
22. No problems. You're like jumping tally ho, and you just jump onto the pillow, and it's like this moment in like very cinematic. If someone was looking at from your the bottom angle, you're falling through the air a few feet, which to you is equivalent to a few hundred feet, as you jump down and crash onto the pillow, piercing into it like you're falling into water. You climb yourself out into the hole that you have
Is he
made into
alive?
the pillow,
Is he
and
alive? Everyone's, all three of us are like
every,
looking at.
as the three of you look down, for a second you see him disappear into a hole
into the
he has
pillow.
created into the pillow, and then you see
Hey,
two tiny arms climbing up holding the pillow. He's alive.
just
He's alive,
we were just
folks.
like, hey, you good?
Yo, let's
Yeah.
go.
Ferenc jumps after him, seeing he's like totally okay.
All of you, Firenze, roll for acrobatics. Whoever's jumping, roll for acrobatics.
Natural
I'll do
20.
it too then.
Nat 20. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so Firenze, you jump and you are like crazy level of like
Air
athletic in this
poses.
point. You are like doing fancy diving, twisting in the air and just diving into the pillow, and you climb out without any problems.
Yeah, like those gymnasts that like land perfectly.
Exactly.
Before I jump,
Yeah.
um, I want to like look around if I can figure out where the laugh was coming from.
Okay. So that is gonna be a perception roll.
Okay, so is that also a D20?
D20. All rolls are D20,
Okay,
other than for rolling for damage and things like that, but mostly it's everything is D20.
okay. Oh, that's a 19 plus.
Okay.
1 second. Perception says +5. So
Okay. That is definitely more than enough. You put your ears out like carefully, you keep an ear out, and you figure that the sound is quite clear, and it's definitely the sound of people uh at the tavern, the people you had met. You even recognize a few voices.
okay,
It's
but
coming
nobody
from down below,
from where?
from under you.
Oh my god. Okay.
So the tavern where everyone is right underneath where you are.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Then like after that, I just like also follow like to
Okay.
go below. So that is
An acrobatics roll.
acrobatics.
And try and also, if you what are you planning on doing?
Yeah, I already rolled and it was a 3 plus 2, so 5.
Oof.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well,
Oof.
well, with
No.
my big tummy, it was bound to happen.
So you jump off the edge of the bed like Geronimo, and instead of landing in like a good position, uh, you end up belly flopping onto the pillow.
Oh god.
You're like, woo!
A giant slap.
And
I
you
mean, a
take
tiny one.
uh,
Oh
you take
no.
3 points of damage
Oh no, wizard.
as you feel your back crack. Like, ooh.
I roll to jump. Uh,
Uh-huh.
is 18 plus 2.
Damn, those are some good rolls. Uh, you
I mean,
also, you
the first
also
one was a
do,
doozy.
yeah. So you jump and you land perfectly, almost like perfect position, like a
Almost perfectly. I
superhero
land and
landing,
then like my foot just slips a bit.
like superhero landing style, but you mess the landing a little bit
Yeah, I
at
just
the
like,
end.
and then I stand back up as if nothing happened.
You look
Awkward
around to
superhero
see
landing.
if there
Yeah.
are if anyone saw it,
We
And like
clap.
everybody saw
We
me. Yeah.
clap.
and
Yeah.
everybody saw it.
And I was like, okay.
So you climb down the pillow, and all four of you are now on the floor. One of you a little more injured than the others. Uh, you look around, and now you see that you're on the floor. There is a large looming chest on one side, and the backpack on the other, and the door on the wall next to it.
Um, can I take like a 2 minute break?
Yes.
Uh,
So we are at 1 hour through the stream. Let's take a 5 minute break. Does that work for everyone, or do they need
Yeah.
longer? Cool. So let's take a 5 minute break and be back.
Cool.
Everyone back?
Yep.
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 Okay. And Tryon, are you back?
Yes.
Cool. So all of us are back. We continue our adventure of where we left off. You are now on the floor of this room, chest on one side, backpack on the other, next to the door.
I'll go check out the chest. Like,
You approach the chest, and it is looming above you. Even to get to the lock, you will have to climb what is equivalent to uh, 40 to 50 feet up.
oh,
Uh, so there is no easy way to get up there. There
and
is
even up for a
definitely-
ride, he's like pointing to like throw someone up.
Well,
Uh,
my back kind of hurts, man.
uh,
Me being the tiny person, I just shake my hands.
Yeah, we are going to.
okay.
But I
Uh,
do want to check out the door first, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
The door.
okay.
Does it have a gap enough for us to just leave?
So as you approach the door, uh, can all of you, who is approaching the door? Let me just confirm.
I think all of us.
Okay.
I don't know.
If all four of you are approaching the roll, all of you roll a perception.
Ferenz is checking out the chest. He's
Okay.
Yeah, Firenze-
distracted.
Ferenz is- huh. So whoever's not checking out the chest, roll for perception.
5 plus
Oh.
3, 8.
5
Mine's
plus?
3.
So 12. I
Okay.
got a 12.
You got a 12 and Forager?
7.
Okay. So, Forager, uh, you remember last time when you had like tried to figure out where it is, you had heard some random scuffling sounds. Acro, as you come closer to the door, you hear some mild scuffling sounds coming from behind the bag.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
Nice.
okay. Can I just go look? Is it bright enough to look?
The sounds coming, yeah. So there are there's a few candles that have been stuck on the wall, essentially using like candle holders, which are lighting up the room reasonably well. It's pretty clearly visible. Uh, coming close to the coming close to the bag, you hear the sounds. It's mice.
That.
It's the
Yeah.
sounds
Nice.
of rats.
Do we all hear this?
No, it's only Agro who has come close.
Uh, there's mice out here. I I look behind. Who all is here?
Yeah, we'll try to.
Yeah. There's just mice out here. I don't know how far Firenze is at this point.
I'm going to like if I'm hearing that, I'm going to get my axe ready.
You are
Probably.
not.
Can we like yell at him, being like, "There's mice here."
Yeah, if you yell, he can hear you.
Okay. Go ahead and yell.
Yeah, I'll approach them with my axe. Like, where is that rat?
With your abs and your ass, like, where's the ratty?
Calm down. I mean, they might just, I don't know, if we give them food, they'll give us a ride.
Okay, I'm not going to try that.
What food do we have in our backpacks? If we do.
You check your bags. You do have rations.
Yeah.
You do have usual rations for a few days, which
Ooh.
has also been compressed to your size.
Yeah.
So the net amount doesn't add up to much. Uh,
Hmm.
but it might be something that you could offer.
What's
However,
the
you
size
also
of this
figure
of
the bag
mouse? Is it
was
like
the
a
size
very
of the mouse.
fat
Uh,
big mouse?
as of right now, you don't know how big the mouse is. You have only heard its sound. But if it's
Oh,
a typical mouse, it would be approximately your height.
okay.
I have a hunting trap, so I'm pulling that out of my bag. I don't know
Um,
how to put this up.
I also prepare my magic missile just in case.
okay,
Okay.
you are ready, but the
I'm
rats
taking
don't
the
seem.
food.
Yeah, so you're keeping the food. One other small detail, you also figure that the pack itself is probably also containing
Food.
food, which is why the rats are scuffling towards it.
Oh.
Ooh, let's do this thing. We'll use my hunting trap. I don't know if it is size adequate, and we'll put our rations in it. That's how we hunt animals.
Mhm.
So uh, you figure that yeah, while that would typically work, uh, the trap has also been reduced to your size, which
Oh,
means for a mouse, it's probably going to just like capture one of its arms or something,
Yeah.
and that's not gonna do much
Firenze
but
still
anger
wants to
them.
do it.
or could we
He's setting up the
open?
trap. He does not know whether it is going to work or not.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Huh.
You're doing it anyway. You
And he
you
throws his
start.
like 10 rations or something, whatever he has
Huh.
inside it.
You put everything. You have
Wasted.
created a tiny, a mini-sized meal, a mini-sized feast
Like a
for
picnic basket.
exactly a picnic basket on a bear trap, and you're waiting for the mouse to get trapped. Uh, Agaro,
Oh,
what are you
how?
doing?
Sorry. Yeah.
Uh, Go ahead, Forager.
How far are we from the backpack?
So Agro is the one closest to it. It would
Mhm.
be equivalent. It's around 1 feet real distance. So it's like a little around 100 feet for uh,
Us.
your size.
Okay. Um, can I just suggest to the rest of them, like, what if we open uh, the backpack and let the rat go in and trap it inside the bag?
Yeah, could do. Um, how do we get there without getting eaten?
Yeah, that's that's the thing.
And where is the rat right now? Like,
It's
oh,
It's
behind
behind
the
the backpack.
backpack.
it's behind the backpack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think I can try just sneaking past. Uh, Maybe if it tries to get me, I'll just throw some food at it. So it'll get busy.
Or throw
Yeah.
the food if it sees you towards the hunting trap.
True.
Okay. So what are you doing, Agro?
Hmm. I am going to like make a wide berth
Mm-hmm.
and go around so it doesn't see me,
Okay.
and just carefully, quietly go up to the zipper.
Okay.
Zipper?
So
They don't have zippers. Never
it's
mind.
kind of like a flap.
Yeah, the
Okay.
flap.
Yeah. So as you approach the backpack giving wide berth, you hear the sound of scratching on wood,
Hmm.
and you are by this point you hear that the voices are somewhat muffled. So it's probably that there is a hole or a hole in construction behind the backpack where the rats are. They haven't made it
Oh.
into this room
Okay,
yet.
so multiple. Okay. Uh, hmm.
Oh.
Okay. So what's the plan, Agro? You roll for sneak once to see if you get noticed.
Okay, sure. Wait, I just rolled, man. It's a nat one. Okay.
Oh,
No.
Yes, it is. Wait, I'll show you later on if I can. Yeah, there we go.
Brilliant, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Lovely.
Uh, as you approach this one, you are next to the bag, and you are trying to reach the flap, and you grab onto the leather part of the bag, and you try to pull yourself up, and instead of pulling yourself up, the bag gets pulled down instead, and
Oh,
the
no.
entire bag just slides against the wall like and comes to the ground. And as it's coming down, you realize you don't have a foothold, and your leg goes underneath the bag and you're squished underneath it.
Oh no.
Big oof.
You are not hurt, but you have an entire damn bag crushing you
Oh
towards the
god.
ground.
Can we see him under it? Like his
You can
thin
see his
legs.
you can see his upper body, the upper half of his upper body from the side on the ground, while his lower half has been crushed by the bag.
Okay,
Oh
we do
god.
whatever we can to get him out.
Yeah, I'll try to lift the
Like,
little
just take
part.
one hand each and just.
Help! Help!
And as you're saying this, you hear the scuffling of sounds patter away, and this entire bag falling down kind of scared the rats, and they have run
Oh,
away from within the walls.
Yay!
Uh,
Wow, what a solution. We did not know.
Mission failed successfully.
Yeah.
you, however, are crushed, and the bag seems to be getting heavier as it slides more and more down the wall, and you're getting more and more crushed.
No. Okay.
I'll
Wait.
try to
Can I?
lift the part of the bag so that he slides out from under it.
Okay, so that is going to be a strength check,
Mhm.
and this is a hard thing. You are a tiny person trying to lift a bag.
I'm not trying to lift the
Can I help
entire
him in
bag,
any
just
way?
the
You can
edge.
go and you
You
can
can
try and go start
hold
help
me.
pulling him up. That will give him an advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, advantage.
Yeah. So Tryon, what are you doing?
I'm just watching them struggle.
Amazing. Okay.
Why do we live? Just to
Still
suffer?
recovering
Typical
from
high
his
elf.
back.
Typical high elf.
It is 18.
That is an 18. That is going to be just enough to manage to pull it up to a certain extent so that he's not hurt. Uh, you're going to also have to do a check, aggro. So
Yeah.
you're going to have to do an athletics check to
Okay.
pull yourself out of there.
Yeah. I'll roll for it. It's 8 plus athletics 1. It's a 9.
Okay. Uh, you are the weight on you has kind of been slowly reduced so that you're not hurt, but you don't have enough strength to pull yourself out of there.
Okay. So I'm going to try something. I don't know how this scales because we are small.
Hmm.
I have prestidigitation,
Okay.
and I can create a gust of wind.
Okay.
Does that scale down with my size? Because if I can create a gust of wind which pushes me, I could just wind push myself out of the
Okay.
this conundrum.
That is going to be, to know whether that is possible, you're going to have to roll an arcana.
Sure.
Uh,
Okay, one second. And Arcana is plus 0. It's a 19.
Okay. Despite your small size, you realize that physical objects are easier to reduce in effect, but changing magic itself is kind of complicated. So even if it is scaled down, it won't be scaled down to the same level as you are.
Oh,
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna blow myself out.
Oh
It's out. Out
Yes.
is important in that sentence. Yes.
Okay. You are gonna initiate a gust of wind, and as you cast your spell, you feel suddenly everyone feels a moment of stillness, and there is like a storm like wind immediately taking over from the wall's direction towards the backpack as all of you make a deck save.
No.
So you roll and you add your dexterity modifier. which should be a large modifier under the particulars attributes. And if you have proficiency in that, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Wait, how would I know that? Like,
So
In saving throws
yeah, in
on the
Okay.
saving
first
throws,
character.
you should have dexterity.
yeah, it says like +2
Yeah.
dexterity saves. So
So just roll d20 plus 2.
D20 +2. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no! I rolled a nat one.
Oh no!
No.
Our luck is running out.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. What's the next? What was others? 10?
8 plus 2, 10.
9. Okay. And aggro, how much is it? Aggro, how much is it? I'm sorry, I couldn't
Oh,
hear
I
you.
know it's 12.
Okay. 12. So the only wait, who got above 10? Tryon and Aggro got above 10, right?
Yep.
Firenze and Forager. So Agro, you manage to make use of the time that the bag is being pushed away, and you scamper out underneath it. You find yourself almost like floating as you come out with the gust of the wind. You have managed to get out under it. Tryon, you also are far in the distance, so you are not affected as much. However, Firenze, this gust of wind takes you by shock. You were focusing on keeping it lifted up, and it just completely takes you by shock as you are pulled away. Your leg slips underneath you, and you're almost like you are still holding on to the bag, so that kind of saves you a little, and you're floating in the air holding on to the bag for dear life. uh, Forager, however, you are pushed down to the ground, and you start rolling and tumbling away from the
I
bag.
have become one with the dust.
You take 2 points of damage.
Oh god.
Uh, so okay, so you have managed to get out of the bag and also injure one of your friends in the process.
Oh no.
So
It's fine.
what's the plan now?
So are we
Okay.
checking the chest or should we just leave?
You notice that it's been around
Yeah, the time.
10 minutes in the hourglass, so
Oh.
50 more minutes remaining.
Yeah, I think we should
Oh.
leave.
Head to the door, friends.
Yeah, that's enough time. I think we can check the chest and then go.
Just a quick peek. Like we'll see
Yeah.
if we can get. We won't
We can-
get stuck under it.
We can
Yeah,
ask
that's the goal.
the king
Let's play it safe.
afterwards.
Let's play it safe.
Okay.
Okay, so coming to the chest, you realize that even if you throw someone up, it is not going to be easy. However, the chest is not a very good construction, so it has cracks. It is technically possible to climb it up along the edges of the cracked wood and the metal that is forming the frame for the chest itself. However, it is not going to be an easy task, and falling from it can be dangerous.
I, Ferenz is like pulls out two hand axes and he's like, anyone up for a trekking challenge?
Well, I have a
No.
broken back.
I don't know.
Not really.
Cheer for me, and he starts to like.
That is going to be an athletics check.
Could I help him in any way? Like, I think I have guidance, so would that be of any use?
Yes, so you can
Nice.
guide him, and guidance will allow him to add an additional 1d4 to his roll.
Okay.
Yeah. So you put your
Oh.
hands on his back, and he feels a surge of energy that inspires him to do his best in his trek up
Yeah.
the
I'm
chest.
not coming with you, but you can do it.
Okay.
Uh,
Also, everyone, please stand back. I asked them to stand back, thoda sa, behind the chest, and I'm going to ready another gust of wind
Oh
pressurization
God.
in case he falls.
in case he falls. Okay, so it's a ready
Okay.
action. It will be
Yeah.
automatically activated if that
I
happens.
just get as far away as I can after. I don't want
After
another.
the previous one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good choice actually to
So
move
Firenze,
away because I rolled a 2 plus 5. Wait, let me do some calculations. 5, 7 plus 4. 11. It is still an 11 thanks to your guidance.
yeah, it's an 11,
Nice.
which is still a failure. uh, you put your hand axe on this first one. You successfully managed to pull yourself up. Second, third, fourth one, as you're pulling, you are around equivalent to 10 feet, no, 15 feet relative to your size. You have managed to climb over there, and then when you put the second one, it seems that it has gone in, but when you put pressure on it and release the other one, it immediately slips and you are falling to the ground. Gust of action kicks in automatically,
Mhm.
gust of wind kicks in automatically as a ready action, and you are floated up a few centimeters. Roll a deck save.
Yeah, I'll try to hold on.
Yeah,
17.
that is great. You have been lifted almost to where the lock is, and you have managed
Oh.
to slam in one of your hand axes. Uh, However, in that process, one of your hand axes has dropped from your hand,
Okay.
and you are hanging on to right below the lockpick with one hand axe that has been put into the chest itself.
Is there something to like a ledge or something tiny but to
It
where I
is
could get?
going, yeah, so you could try and climb. So there, the metallic frame starts over there. You can try and climb up on it. That is going to be either an athletics or an acrobatics roll, your choice.
Mm.
Athletics. Ooh. It's a 20. Dirty
Nice.
20.
Cool. So you're struggling a little, your balance is a little lost, but you pull yourself up and you grab the ledge and you find yourself up and you hold on to the lockpick's place and you come up. The you using the lockpick, there is kind of like a small wooden frame that you can stand on. It's kind of like a ledge. It's little dangerous to stand there for too long, but you are next to the lock.
Okay. So step 2. Opening the chest.
Okay. So how are you gonna attempt this? Are you gonna try to force it open at your size?
I mean, that seems like the only way. No, is the like? No, I won't do that. Uh, I was going to say like, is the keyhole big enough for me? But no, I don't want to get stuck inside it. Yeah. Can I check if it is locked or if it is like budging even a little bit?
Roll an athletics check.
13.
You feel it mildly budge, but you realize even with the four of you, it's gonna be really hard to get the lid open.
Oh, okay. So it is out of question.
Yeah.
I yell out to them.
Mhm.
Does anyone have any ideas? I can't lift this up.
What if I shoot a magic missile on it and it flings open?
Um.
Uh,
y-
don't hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah, I think.
fathom that that is gonna damage the box for sure, but it might not be enough to actually flip the lid open.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Are there cracks in the chest deep enough that you could just
There
whack at it?
There are some cracks, but again, at your scale, it would be very
Okay,
hard
yeah,
to like
yeah,
crack open
wedge
the
it.
chest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
then I don't know.
It it, it
Uh,
it it might be possible with some clever uses of magic, but nothing trivial.
Yeah. Uh, are the cracks big enough for us to like slip through?
Uh, so the cracks are big enough to like put an hand in or something, uh, mm, but not enough for your entire body to pass through. Same with the keyhole. You can maybe the top of the keyhole, you can put your head in, but not beyond that.
Oh, if someone can create enough light, we could at least see what's inside there and whether it's
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Can I
worth.
see like if there is any like slit under the like locking mechanism? If I could see what is inside.
So, you can look through the keyhole. It is an open keyhole, so you
Mhm.
can see inside, but it's kind of dark. If with the source of
Yeah.
light inside, you'll be able to tell what's inside.
I have a cantrip
Uh huh.
light. So
Yeah.
can I use that?
Yes, you can use that cantrip. You can put a orb of light inside the thing by uh, going through one of the cracks, like looking through one of the cracks.
Got it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
try that then.
So you put your arm into one of the cracks and then touch something inside, and you cast your cantrip. Immediately, you see a glow of light from coming from inside Firenze, and you look through the keyhole. You see inside it is mostly clothes.
Eh,
Oh,
I
is it
yell
going to
out. They are just clothes in here.
is it going to
Waste
be
of
like one
time.
of those shows where they're like everything's useless besides this one extremely valuable item?
Okay, so
Nobody else.
All right, get down from there.
realizing that I'll just keep the wind ready and I'll yell out and like I'll start climbing down using
Yeah,
my
when he's saying that, I'm gonna like
single
just
hand
hold on to
axe.
the floor. So I'm just
Yes.
gonna like brace
Yeah.
myself.
Okay.
Wind is
Just
ready.
make athletics roll to see how carefully you make your way down.
I just have one hand axe right now.
Yeah.
Like it's a 8.
Gust of wind. uh,
To break his fall, at least to break his
yeah,
fall.
to break
Oh,
his
I
fall
should have
as you.
done that. Like
Yeah.
sliding using my hand axe. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. So as you're coming down, you manage to come halfway down, and at that point, your hand axe kind of slips at the next one, and you're falling. And immediately, a gust of wind appears, which kind of scratches you along the side, and like, which kind
Uh,
of breaks your fall and drops you to the ground. Not very injured, but you do take a little bit of damage.
mhm.
You take 3 points of damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm the one person without any damage in here.
Okay.
I
So,
grab my hand axes and like yeah.
yes, you have both of your hand axes now. Uh, you see that the door, and now let me just inform you, Agaro. When you had gone next to the back, you realized that you can probably go prone and crawl underneath the door.
Oh, cool. I mean, me as in all of us, or
Yes, all of you.
yeah, got it. Yeah. So we can leave. The door
Okay.
is. We can just go
Yeah.
under it.
Okay. So I assume all of you make your way to the door and go underneath it.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. So crawling underneath the door is it takes you a little bit of time, and you have now you see as you enter a new room. The first thing you notice is that the hourglass is no longer in that room and now is floating in this room. Uh, and you see that approximately 20 minutes have passed. Uh,
Okay.
so you have around 40 more minutes to make your way down. Uh, you find yourself in a large space, a corridor that seems to go in both directions. There is so you came out of this door. There is another door to your left, another door to your front, and the corridor goes straight. And over there, you can see a large sofa in the middle, and beyond the sofa is another door. and is uh, in front of the sofa there is another door that seems to be slightly ajar.
We all want to spread out and see all the directions.
Okay.
Is the room like completely empty?
So, what you see in front of you is the floor doesn't have much, but in this room there is. Okay, so the corridor has one. So most of the doors are closed. In the
Right.
room, the only thing you can see is the sofa, and next to it, a dining table of sorts.
Okay.
Uh,
Mhm.
but you have a total of one, two, three doors. One on your front, one on your left, and one to the side. And another one in front of the sofa, which seems to be slightly ajar. So four doors total.
Hmm. Okay, go check the door which is ajar.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Coming to the door that is ajar, you find yourself uh, inside what seems to be. Uh, Give me a second. Uh, my computer just got stuck for a second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when you open the door that is ajar, you see that there is a somewhat unoccupied room. It is somewhat similar to the one that you were in. Uh, Over there, there is again a chest, a desk, and some firewood for a unlit fireplace. Uh, there is again lighting similar. Uh, the only difference you notice, the two differences that you notice in this room, is uh, on the table there are some things, and there seems to be a plant. There's a plant that is on a potted plant, and on the floor next to a fireplace is a pile of logs.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, it's not a way out. So
Yeah.
Doesn't seem
It's
like
at
a way
this
out.
way
the tavern
downstairs.
is below us. So I guess
Yeah.
we gotta find our way to some sort of like stairs or something.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So should we check the other doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all pick a door and peek under it.
Yeah. But like stealthily, not just
Okay, so you're gonna try and sneak on, see sneak and see what's behind the doors. So there are four. So there are three more doors. So each of you can take one other than uh my brain died. Sorry, aggro.
Yeah.
Uh, so forager at the door that you go to, which is next, like at the end of the corridor, you have to move a little bit more.
okay.
Beyond the end of the corridor, you look underneath. The door is closed, so
Right.
the uh, you crawl underneath what is the door, and this was a little more tighter than the one that you came out of.
Hmm.
So it takes you a little bit more time to crawl underneath it, but on the other side you find yourself in what seems to be a general sitting room,
Okay.
and there is uh, hello. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
got
you're
stuck
audible.
for me. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. You guys got stuck for me. Good. So, in this room, you see that there is a person sitting on a chair, on a desk. And you notice that this person seems to be reading something like a newspaper in their hand.
Right.
Uh, it's a elven figure, um,
Right.
which has like, you can see their pointy ears, but the
Mhm.
skin is unusually pale even for an elf. and
Okay.
you see their eyes. They're completely red and the hair is completely white. They have
Okay.
a set of spectacles, and they seem to be quite in depth in their reading.
Hmm.
They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Okay. I just like sneak. No, wait. Do I know? Like, so there isn't like a way down in this room either, basically.
Yeah, it's another closed door.
Okay. I just as slowly as I can crawl back up and
Roll
tell
for
these guys.
sneak.
Okay.
So it's
So
going to be a competing role for this person.
Oh no.
Cool.
so that would be stealth, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
stealth. So that is
Yeah.
going to be, you
Okay.
have to cross a 15 to get
I
this.
no got 13.
Okay. So as as you try to sneak away, you kind of get stuck underneath the door, and you're
Being
like,
like,
and as you're like crawling back, you see the person was like changing the page of the newspaper, and he at for at that moment he suddenly looks glances around and he notices you,
oh,
and he's looking at you. He's just staring at you for a few seconds, and then he smiles at you, and you
okay.
see two sharp fangs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They look at you, they smile, and they go back to their reading.
Oh.
Oh God. Okay. What? I don't even know if I should continue, and that's just gonna make him be like, "I wanted you to do this." Um.
Also, as you look at him, he looks at you. You notice him. He notices you. He goes back to his reading, but around that same time,
Hmm.
you see that there is some flurry of movement on the sofa in the room,
Ah,
Oh.
as a strange white figure emerges out of it.
it's a cat.
It's
I knew it.
Oh
uh,
no.
and you
Oh
see suddenly it float into the air as you
Oh.
see a flying snake
Ah,
emerge.
it was.
And that snake, so it's like a snake where its hood is kind of like moving like this to allow it to float, and it's
Okay,
like just
great.
floating through the air, and it goes and sits around at the table next to this vampire, and then again floats up and comes down next to you on the ground.
Next to me. Okay.
It's not
Hmm.
doing anything.
Neither am I. But
It's just going around slithering in front of you.
God.
well, I have animal handling as a thing.
The snake.
So
Um,
what do you try to do?
I'll need help in this because I'm not too sure what I can do.
Okay.
So
So,
it says in my
animal.
skills there's animal
Uh-huh.
handling,
Yeah.
but it also says in like prepared spells, animal friendship. So
Oof. Okay. So, animal friendship is a spell that allows you to essentially use magic to make a creature friendly to you and not hostile. So, you can
that's
cast that
that's
magic.
that's the one.
Yes. So you can cast that spell if you wish to. Let me just look up the details of animal friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Animal friendship 5e. Uh, so it will allow you to convince it that you mean it no harm. Okay, so you cast the spell, and
Hmm.
as your magic energy swirls around and goes towards this snake,
Right.
it starts to glow a little, and that glow is only visible to you. And
Hmm.
you see that it slowly slithers closer to you, and it just comes around next to you, and you see it, and it pretty much comes right next to you and just stops over there,
Like
almost
a
as
cat.
if, yeah, almost like a cat.
Okay.
But bigger than you.
uh,
but bigger than you.
yeah, just like the Harry Potter thing. The
Yeah,
second
the
part.
Harry Potter basilisk.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
cat that was. But okay. So
You can now try to get out
get
of
out.
it. You can try to get out underneath it. You can try to go through the door. You can try. You're free to do anything. What do you want to do? You want to go underneath the door again?
Yeah, I think so. Because I don't want to like. I mean, the vampire dude could just come back, or not like he can't open it, but like I just crawl back out and run as fast as I can to everybody else.
You take a little bit of time to crawl out, and
Yeah.
as you crawl out, you see that the snake starts flying again and goes to the door and twists itself around like the
The
turning thing
doorknob.
doorknob, and it just slithers around it, and the door creaks open,
Oh, what?
and you have now the door open. The
Yeah, but now
vampire, you
vampire
see,
dude has noticed.
the vampire dude looks at you, and he's like, just he looks at you once, looks at his snake, goes back to reading his book.
Okay.
Cool.
I just like look at the snake and like try and like nod thankfully and then head out.
The snake comes down from the doorknob, slithers down to the floor, and follows you.
Let's go,
Okay.
dude.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
go.
Why have I gained snake? Like are all the things.
Yes. Now you have sneak. Okay.
Uh, okay, so we will move to another person's entry into another room. Tryon, the room that you go into, uh, you again scuffle under the door, and this one is again large enough hole to get through, and you find yourself in what seems to be another one of those rooms. Again, this doesn't have any doorway out. There is again a bed, a chest. There is a dresser. There
Okay.
is a dresser. Uh, um, you see that inside this room there are again brightly lit candles. But what does catch your eye is a beautiful looking adorned wooden staff with a blue crystal at the end of it that is
Nice.
leaning against the wall.
And is it big enough that I can carry it?
It is very big.
Okay.
It is like you in your normal size would probably be able to carry it, but you right now won't be an easy thing.
Hmm. And I don't have any way to kind of shrink it. Is there anything else in the room that I can use?
So you see, it's typically, other than that thing, it's mostly there are some books on the table, the cupboards. There's a cupboard, like there's a dresser, there's a bed, but nothing else specifically. So, um,
Okay.
are
Huh.
you gonna come close to the thing, or are you gonna just observe it from far?
Yeah, I'm going to go close to it and try to touch it so that I can
Okay.
cast some magic or feel some magic to it.
Okay. So you go close to this stuff, and the moment you touch it, you feel the room grow brighter as the orb starts to glow, and you hear the sudden sound of as a swarm of cicadas emerges from that orb and just roams around, swarms around the room, and goes under the door, floats from under the door and disappears. Others, you notice that a swarm of cicadas has suddenly emerged from under the doors of the room that Tryon just went into, and it goes to the air, and it goes to one of the doors, the one that the one that uh, wait, did someone drop out? Firenze, the
Yeah.
one that Firenze is going towards, and it just goes under that door and disappears.
So
What do I
because I
say?
just see the cicadas leaving the room, so
Yeah.
I'm like,
So as
they
yeah.
couldn't attack me.
Okay. So Firenze, as you're approaching the last door, you feel the swarm of cicadas suddenly appear at your side and just like swarm around you. They don't hurt you, they just swarm around you and go under the door that you were also planning on going through.
Hmm.
I follow them inside.
You follow them, and the moment you get to the other side, you see someone angrily stepping up a pair of up a set of stairs.
Oh,
We found him.
yeah. I peek
The
my
person,
head and yeah,
huh?
go ahead.
Okay, so you peek your head. Go ahead.
I peek my head out and like yell out at these people. Found the stairs and like
And
I
as you're doing this, the door swings open,
Yeah.
and the door swings open. You are small enough, the door had enough hole, you are not pulled alongside the door,
huh.
but the door swings open and you see old female presenting person standing over there looking around and just immediately running towards the door that Tryon went towards.
I like
She
get to the side.
notices, she doesn't notice you, Firenze, and she doesn't notice, but she notices uh Agro, who has wait, no, Agro would still be in that room, right? Yeah. So
I didn't go into any room, no?
yeah,
I
you
just
were
looked
in
in
the
the
main,
room achar, just
yeah, you,
the corridor.
yeah, the
Yeah.
corridor. So you're in the corridor. She does not seem to notice you there. She goes beyond you, just right past you, as you see a person walk right past you, not noticing you, and swings open the door. And Trian, you immediately see someone looking at the stuff and looking down and noticing you. She's looking at you.
Uh,
What are you doing here?
so me and my friends, we are kind of smaller now, and we want to get big again. And there is this hourglass, and we need to get out of here.
Oh, oh,
There is a lot
the
going
trial,
on.
the trial, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God, this Ember King, man. Uh, but what are you doing with my? What are you doing with my stuff?
Well, it was looking shiny, and I am a
Just because
wizard.
it's just because it's shiny and just because you're a wizard doesn't give you permission to go and touch someone else's stuff, does it?
Well,
Now,
I'm sorry, ma'am.
roll for persuasion.
It's a nat one plus minus one, so zero.
Let's go!
Are you sure you did not have any other plans to take my stuff? Because I come over here and my cicadas come and warn me that you are trying to take my stuff.
No, no, I don't have any plans, ma'am. We are just here for a harmless adventure. And I start stepping back a little bit towards the door.
You said we. Where are the others?
Well, they are around here somewhere. I haven't seen them.
I'm finding it a little hard to trust you, but well, it is the Ember King's Tavern after all. I'm sure he wouldn't let anything bad happen here, but uh, still, taking people's things or touching people's things without permission is not a very nice thing to do, you know. Didn't your mother ever teach you that?
um, well, she did. I didn't like adhere to it, I guess.
Well, you
Out
should
of
listen to your mother.
curiosity, where am I with my snake right now?
Right now, the snake is kind of cozying up to you on the
No, no,
under the
no.
door.
But like, are we somewhere close to where she can see us?
Around this time, you are at the door. When this is
Yeah.
happening, you are at the door on the door that you were at. So
Okay,
you are not here yet,
thank God.
and she hasn't
Okay.
noticed you. Well, then I am not sure if I can trust you, but it's. Are you sure you're not here to take my stuff? You do look like a wizard, so I'm gonna trust you because, well, I'm a wizard too. But you should listen to what your mom said. Do not touch other people's stuff without their permission. Am I clear?
Sure. Yeah. 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 It's pretty clear, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Definitely
I
not touching.
ever hear, if I ever find out that you have done something again, I will find your mother and I will rat you out.
Uh, okay.
I mean, we almost got ratted out there, but we got
Llama.
lucky.
Well then, she's pointing at the door. It's time for you to leave.
Sure. Sure. I back off and I leave like a gentleman. And I'm not going in there.
And she slams the door as soon as you get out. Well, uh, now all of you have checked out your doors and you have found
Mhm.
the staircase.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's a giant snake with us.
he's the friend.
He's a friend. Sure.
Yeah, I've decided. I've decided that he's a friend.
What can we call this
What's his
snake?
name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
name the snake.
Yeah. What do we need the snake? What does the snake look like again?
So it is a completely white snake. It is a
Right.
completely white snake. It's like a hooded cobra, but its hood is more flexible and it can like move it and start to float in the air. It's
What
got
color is his eyes?
bright red eyes, and in terms of size, its height is approximately a little smaller than what you are right now when it's slithering. But in terms of length, it is approximately to your ratio 100 feet long.
Okay. Oh, so it's not like a very big snake. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Is there any way we could like get on the snake and ride down the stairs?
But what's his name though?
Oh, right. Hmm.
You can, in terms of your question about whether you can do that, why don't you ask the snake?
Oh, wait. What?
Ask the snake if
I
it's
can
willing.
do that. Yeah. Hello,
You
snake.
never know. This is definitely not a typical snake. Typical snakes don't usually fly.
Okay, in that case, I'll just ask the snake for its name.
You ask the snake for its name, and it just goes.
Snake. Okay, that's your name. All right. Uh, and then I just kind of show the stairs, and I'm like, try to indicate.
I'm not sure whether to roll for performance here or animal handling, but we're gonna go for animal handling.
Okay. That's like 17 plus 3.
That is
20.
more than enough. It's a dirty 20. Without any problems, the snake listens to what you have to
Understands?
say, understands, and it kind of starts to like slither around in figure 8, and it comes and waits next to the it waits next to the door which goes down the stairs, and it lifts its hood and looks back at all of you.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Giddy up, everyone. We get on.
So you try to grab on to the snake. Its scales are kind of hard to like really grab onto well, but you climb onto it and like do your best to grab it. And once
Uh,
all of you are on the snake, it immediately takes its hood up and it starts to swing it, and like Dumbo, the snake starts to float and swarm through the air. All of you roll acrobatics uh, or athletics check to see how well you can hold on to the snake.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh, I got a 10.
Firenze dropped out.
Yeah, bring it back.
Am I
So,
back?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're back.
Yes.
Yeah.
14
Uh,
plus 2, 16 here.
yeah. So, how much is it?
16.
Okay, that's enough.
24.
I got a 10.
24.
Same 10.
10 is just enough for both of
Oh,
you to hold on to your dear lives. Uh,
my snake.
as as the snake swarms up in the air, it uses its tail to open the door, and then you float down the set of stairs, and you come down, and it comes and just floats down, and you find yourself what seems to be a large kitchen.
Oh.
And You float down over there, it comes, and at the bottom it immediately comes down to the ground. While it's going down, the momentum is really a lot, and you're finding it very hard to like hold on, especially the two of you.
Mhm.
You
Hmm.
are holding on to dear life. You just manage to hold, your hand slips for a second, but one of the others holds your arms and just catches you and makes sure that you don't fall. However, the moment you reach the ground, the snake immediately lands on the floor of the kitchen, and lands on the sorry the lands on the a shelf on the kitchen,
Mhm.
and then it kind of like s- kind of scrapes against the wall, and that scraping against the wall kind of like pulls all of you down from the snake as it turns, and it starts taking its hood again and swinging its hood again, and it floats away. It looks at you one last time as it's floating in the air, and then
Mhm.
it floats back up the stairs.
I
Thank
love
you.
you.
Bye, snake.
Bye.
uh, okay. So you find yourself on the kitchen shelves. Uh, you see now in front of the kitchen, in this there's just like a lot of stuff happening. A lot of people are just going around. There's people
Mhm.
preparing food. There are pixies preparing food. There are a few humans and a few elves that are helping out. The ember pixies are mostly the ones who are serving as the waitress and waitresses. uh, uh, Waiters and waitresses.
Mhm.
You see that there's a lot of people. None of them seem to have noticed you as of right now.
Okay.
But if you want to get down to at least like the ground level, you're gonna have to somehow climb down from the kitchen shelves.
Uh, uh, hmm. Is there a, a thing being prepared like anywhere on our level? Like some food.
Um, so there is nothing. So at your level, there is mostly a lot of plates and empty cutlery, like
Okay.
unused cutlery.
So nothing which is going to be prepared and then
Yeah,
carried out
yeah.
along with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's nothing on this particular side of the kitchen. The kitchen is
Mhm.
quite large. It's almost as big as the
Yeah.
tavern itself.
Hmm.
Can we see the
It,
exit?
yeah.
You can see that on the other side of the room, like the stairs come down over here. This is where you are on the shelves. On the other corner of the room is the entry to the rest of the tavern.
Oh god, so we have to
Okay.
jump again.
Or we could take a rope and go down one by one.
I mean, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Simple options escapes us always. I do have a rope, yeah.
So you realize with all of your ropes tied together, you will at least be able to get down more or less to a foot above the ground. So like it's gonna take you again. It's gonna be a little risky jump for the last step, but
Okay.
even with all of your ropes, there's a little bit of a gap still left at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I think we can make
Yeah.
a jump.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So all of you start tying your ropes together. You look around for a place to tie the rope to, but there's really not much.
Oh.
The best that you can find is one of the heavier pieces of cutlery. It's like a stack of cutlery,
Mm-hmm.
uh, stack of plates that you could possibly like tie it to, or like just wedge it underneath it to make sure it doesn't come off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have like 5 javelins. Could I like fashion something like poking like 4 to 5 of them and like tie around something to like hold on?
You could totally try like putting this just forcing the javelin into the wood and then this, but it's not going to be easy because javelin are not really made as like a blunt piercing thing. It's more for like piercing through human bodies or like humanoid bodies.
Yeah,
So yeah, or like creatures, so it's not going to be easy,
Mm-hmm.
but you can technically do that. It's going to be a athletics roll.
yeah. I'll try that.
Okay, so let's see, that is going to be a
Natural 20.
15. Natural 20. Okay, so you're like, okay, doesn't seem like anything is there. You take your javelin and just slam it on the ground, and it just immediately it just squishes into the gaps between the woods and just gets stuck over there. Like,
Nice.
there you go.
Okay.
So we tie it to that.
Mm-hmm.
You tie your rope and you test its strength, and all of you start making your way down the space. And you see that the ember pixies are going around, taking plates, taking stuff. Some of them even go to your same place where you were before, takes a plate and just leaves. They don't seem to be
Right.
paying much attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
We let Agro lead the way first because he was the first one to
Sure.
jump.
Yeah, because I haven't taken damage yet. Let's go.
You are the lighter person, so like
Yeah. I'll go. I'll go.
So you start making your way down. Roll a dexterity check.
A dexterity check. So 17 plus 3, 20.
You manage to make your way down to the bottom and then jump off. Uh, you you land on the ground without much problem. Your leg slips a little at the end. You feel like you might have hurt your leg a little bit,
Oh.
but it's just 1 point of damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll mark that down.
So that's that. Who's next?
What Bible?
I'll go if no one is
Okay.
volunteering.
Okay. Firenze goes next. Roll for your dexterity check.
8.
So, okay, 8. As you climb your way down, your grip sort of loosens on this one, and you start sliding down, and your grip loses the rope, and you catch whatever you can find, and you end up grabbing onto one of the piece of cutlery that was like drying over there, and you start
Mm-hmm.
dragging it down to the ground with you, and it's like falling down, and immediately you see a ember pixie appear out of nowhere, swishing through the air, and it grabs the cutlery and you hanging to it, and you're like, come on, be careful now.
I'm sorry. Can you just like put me down? I'll be
Persuade
grateful.
me. Persuasion.
Okay.
That is persuasion. 3.
Oh
Well,
god.
you just were about to break our dishes. I'm not gonna give you what you want. And she floats up to the air and puts you right back at the top.
No.
Oh
Next time, be
no.
careful.
If they are going to save the dishes, we can just jump into one of the dishes and jump down.
Yeah,
And
but you know what happened right now.
yeah,
Yeah, they just put you back up.
what if we all jump together and maybe one of the pixies will budge and be like, yeah, okay.
Or maybe they'll be like, one of the cutlery is enough of a cost to get rid of these people.
Yeah.
Purposefully trying to sabotage us.
I am out of options, I think. I'll start climbing down again, I think.
Yeah. DC, again, just roll for dexterity.
18.
You manage to make your way down at the bottom, and the final jump costs you 1 hit point. You kind of don't land the way you wanted. You kind of land on your butt, and yeah, it hurts a little.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll go next.
Go
Climb
next.
down. Yeah. 18 plus.
You
Oh,
manage to
sorry.
make your way down to the bottom.
You
However,
said this is what do I need to add to this? Sorry.
your dexterity modifier, which should be a number that you have on the
+2.
side with +2. So you're good. It's more than enough. You make your way down. However, at the absolute end, as you're like jumping down from this one,
Yeah.
you kind of crash onto the wall, crash onto the cupboard while you're jumping down. You didn't
Hmm.
realize that you were twisting, the rope was twisting, and that hurts your back a little bit. You take around 3 points of damage.
Oh,
Okay. Finally, Tryon, go ahead.
Okay.
can we
So
make
I'll
like
also try
a
to climb.
fireman like
Or net.
net thing under
Uh,
him? Because he has a neck, like we saw him
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
previously.
So I'll look down and be like, can somebody help me during the last fall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take whatever cloth we have, I think,
So
and
you
like
don't
try
have
to.
much things to like make something really big, but you have like a very small area, so you can take your bed sacks and like just put them together to form like something large enough to maybe grab a person, but it's gonna depend how accurately he falls. So yeah, so just falling onto that one is going to so what I'm going to rule this as is you have to get down using the rope till the absolute
Okay,
end, and after that, when you jump onto that thing, you can avoid taking any damage by so if you have to do your dexterity, if your dexterity is more than 12,
Uh-huh.
then
okay,
you can get down to the bottom without any damage.
got it.
If it is between 10 and 12, you will get damage.
14 plus 2, 16.
Okay, that is more than enough. You make your way down and then you jump onto the thing that they have created for you, and you land with a squish and you get off. All of you are safe. All of you are on the ground of this one.
Nice.
Yeah. So now in front of you, notice that there is a large cooking fire on which a pot is brewing, and cooking is being done over there. There are people who are walking around. There are certain kegs of ale and wine that are put in the room where people are coming and like pixies are coming and tapping it off. Uh,
Yeah.
the some of the pixies, the one that came to you was particularly uninterested in you, but the other pixies occasionally do look at you, and one of them is like looking at you, and they like stop their work as they're doing, and they're like staring at you from the distance. They don't pause as they fill orders. Their focus is still on the orders itself, but few of them are like just whispering to each other, and you guys fathom that it's probably, since they're staring at you, it's probably about you.
Okay. Are there people here?
There is one cook who is working,
Oh,
a Sylvan cook who
a
is,
Sylvan cook.
yeah.
Oh,
So
never mind then.
yeah. So yeah. So what's the plan?
I know Sylvan actually. so I can probably try to talk.
So the cook is at the end of the room itself.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
you're gonna walk through on the ground, and like the pixies are all looking at you. Um, so you end up next to this at the foot of this person who is like towering above you, and he's at work. What do you do?
Well, I first try to scream, "Hey, hey!" Uh, does he listen?
Let me roll for performance, and I will roll for perception.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You have to cross 11 for performance.
Okay. Uh, Performance or perception? Which one?
So you have to roll for
You know.
performance. You have to roll
Okay.
for performance.
It's a nat one plus minus one zero.
Okay. Again.
You
Here we
see
go
that
again.
the Sylvan chef is completely busy with his cooking, and he's like, he's like humming to
you,
himself.
you know what? I'm gonna take out my bagpipes and play like the most jarring, annoying sound. Just
But we're like really small, so like it's like but irritating enough. Yeah.
I half want to say it. I half want to say that the chef has AirPods on, but
Yeah.
oh no!
anachronism.
Magical airports.
So you do this roll a performance
Yeah. Oh,
against.
sorry.
His perception was better this time, so you have to roll against 7.
Oh, bad. Performance plus 4. I have a 10. So yeah.
That is more than enough. Uh, what? Oh,
No,
the trial. What happened?
I look at Tryon like, just
Okay.
go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Uh,
You wanted to say
Hi.
something?
So there was this adventure that we are doing, and we have to get back to uh, to the
Hmm.
what do we call it? What do we call it? The
The
fireplace.
fireplace, huh? Hmm.
Yeah. So can you help us get there by carrying us over to there?
Can't you see I'm busy cooking?
Oh, well, I can see that, but we have only few minutes left, uh, and we don't know what will happen if we are out of those minutes. So, can you resume your cooking afterwards?
Roll for persuasion.
Okay. 13 minus 1, 12.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Wow, okay.
And he
Is
goes back to his work.
Oh, well,
Let's just walk the old-fashioned way to the door then.
yeah, yeah.
So as you make your way across the road, you see some of the ember pixies are interested in you, and one of them seems to approach you, and it comes to the floor, and it's like, and you see it's an auburn haired man who is tiny pixie with like golden flames for wings, looking at you. Well, I couldn't help but notice you need some help getting to the fireplace, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I help you out, but owe me a favor then.
Mm.
My mind
What
flashes
kind of
back to
favor?
what the Ember King said. Like, fuck.
What kind of favor?
Well, it's small thing, nothing much.
He's so sus though. I don't know.
But what is the favor, though? You need to
Yeah,
set the
exactly.
terms before we
Well,
agree.
that's not my offer though.
So you'll tell us the favor after you help us out.
I'll tell you the favor once you accept it.
Except, yeah. His
That's not how a deal goes.
But
his
how will you
You
description is
help?
a
see,
lot like the king, right? Like
Huh?
well,
he like this pixie or whoever looks a lot like the king, right?
not very much. His
Oh,
his
okay.
figures are a little less rugged than the king. He's like he's not as charismatic, but he's got
Okay.
yeah, he's got somewhat of a smile that is, it's like there's something behind it. You're not sure what the emotions behind it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
What if
Um,
I try to create a minor illusion that will make her think that we have nodded as a yes, but actually hasn't. So she will tell.
So illusion, you should be
Yeah, it
able
doesn't
to
make.
do something like that. Yeah, you could
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, but still, if we agree in an illusion, that's still kind of like agreeing. It's
agreeing though. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Um,
Is it though?
what
You're not
it's not
sure.
is there
binding.
anything? Is there anything like weird that I could tell about him if like I try to?
You can
Because
roll for
anyway,
insight. You can roll for insight to see
okay.
what his goal behind this is.
Okay.
I can also
Right.
do that. I have like good insight.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So one of you roll with advantage.
Uh, 16 plus 3, 19.
Okay.
Go with that.
So you see him and you get a feeling that he's somewhat of a monster. You feel that he doesn't have an evil mind. He's not
Mhm.
evil, but he likes playing tricks on people. And the grin that you see behind him is amusement. Behind his smile is amusement.
Oh,
I am. How?
how's everyone looking like health wise? Like is
I mean, you seem to be the most hurt.
yeah.
Forager?
I don't know if it's adventure time
So
right now.
are you gonna try doing the minor illusion thing?
Sure, we can try that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
So minor illusion typically to pass to discern an thing, it's going to be a spell save against. It's going to be a intelligence check, investigation check against your one. So go
Against a,
ahead.
against a DC, right?
Yeah, against your spell save DC.
Yeah, got it.
So for a wizard, that's intelligence. So what's the intelligence modifier?
Plus 3.
+3. So okay,
13, 13.
yeah, good.
Okay,
So
should I?
I'm going to roll an investigation against your. Uh,
Okay.
he
Mine is
rolled a nat 1.
Let's
mine is
go.
Yay.
5 plus 3, 8.
No, you don't have to roll.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
He looks at you, and as you use magic to make your head appear, he's like, "Oh, so well, we have a deal." And he goes and he flies up, and he goes to brings one of his trees, brings it up, and puts it down on the ground. Get on in.
Okay.
Climb on.
Mm-hmm.
The four of you climb onto it. Well, and then he goes to the side and picks it up and puts it on his shoulder. He's like, "Well, so now for my favor. I'd like one of you to sing me a song.
Oh no.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
If I
Hmm.
like your song, I will take you exactly to the fireplace. If I don't like it that much, I'll get you to the bottom of it.
Uh,
Hmm.
hmm.
Should I take this chance? Sure, I do like singing songs. Time to be less careful about things. I'm gonna go. Yeah, bagpipe time. So
Okay.
Could I still give guidance for this?
Yes, you can.
yes.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. Whatever
Wow,
the fucking bagpipe
what music?
sound.
No.
For a
Let's.
second, I thought you were gonna do like Indian Bharati music.
Yeah, I also
No.
thought same.
So,
तौबा तेरा
roll for
जलवा
perform.
तौबा तेरा
No.
प्यार तेरा इमोशनल अत्याचार yeah, we'll go with that one. Great.
Okay.
Good idea.
Roll for performance with advantage for your performance
Okay.
and
Dude,
guidance.
guidance is D4, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
The pixie just drops us.
It like I have gained knowledge from this
Okay,
song.
okay. Oh wait, it's a nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he loves this song.
Like as he's like taking, you feel yourself floating in the air as he's taken the tray up, and you see him as you're singing Tauba Tera Jalwa, Tauba Tera Pyar. The entire thing is the tray is kind of like swinging in the direction. Tauba Tera Jalwa, Tauba Tera Pyar, Tera emotion. So the entire thing is swinging, and he seems to be excited. He's like bobbing his head, like, and you go, and like others can also hear, and you can see as he's floating above the other patrons go silent and are listening to you sing. And everyone, just the entire tavern goes silent, and everyone is just focusing on your
Oh my
performance.
god.
And as this happens, you are taken to the top of the fireplace, and he puts the tray down, and your song ends as you walk down off the tree onto the top of the fireplace, and the entire tavern blows up in loud cheers for you, and
Even louder
everyone
for
is like
us.
clapping.
Yeah.
Everyone is clapping.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh my god.
uh the the as you reach this, the Ember King appears in front of you and looks at you. That was an enticing performance. Wonderful, and you have successfully completed the quest of the Tavern King. You have
Yeah.
found yourself with 10 minutes remaining. Close call.
Nice.
So, you are now an honored member of the people who are patrons, regular patrons of this tavern of mine, and you are free to come here every 10 years. Or, like I said, your reward is the way out a back door. But let me warn you, the time flows very differently there. And for your rewards, let me ask each of you a question. What is it that you desire most? Agro,
Ooh.
Go ahead. Okay.
what
Okay,
do
I'll
you
go first,
desire
I guess.
most?
Fame and worldwide recognition. That's the dream.
Hmm.
That's the dream.
And how do you wish to attain such fame?
Uh, I would like to, travel travel across various courts and play in like multiple courts, make my name in that uh, in that avenue. Because
Then
courts
this is
get
for
a lot of
you.
people.
And he puts his hand to the back of his head, and then he takes off what seems to be some sort of a clip that holds his hair back. Uh, uh, and he offers this to you.
Oh,
In the Feywild, this is a symbol of my support.
okay.
Go to the courts, and if you find yourself worthy of performing, this will give you a better chance at, uh, well, having a performance of a lifetime would be the way I put it.
All right.
And what about you, Trian? What do you desire?
Well, I would desire a lifetime supply of food without any cost of adventures. Uh, just a lifetime supply.
Mhm. Well, that is not an easy task, but I can make sure that you always have the ingredients you need for it. He snaps his fingers, and suddenly a bag, a pouch of sorts appears in front of him. He takes the pouch and it floats through the air right in front of you.
Nice.
You open it and you see that it has a set of boxes, containers, and you open it and name a random ingredient
Um,
that you enjoy.
Paprika.
You open it and it's filled with paprika.
Beautiful.
You close it and you open the next one. It's another thing that you were just like craving. And you
Cheese.
open all of them and you see that there is this thing. And when you open the first box again, it has changed to what you were desiring now. It is a spice pouch, that it is an ingredient pouch, a condiment pouch that can give you whatever you desire at that moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Master.
And Forager, what about you?
I'd like um a companion of sorts, like how I have the snake, like something like that.
Oh, a companion.
Yeah, but
Well,
but not like a pet animal.
well, I can give you something. I can. I won't be able to give you a companion, at least right now, but I can give you a way to find one. Go into, go into, uh, go into the Feywild, and
Right.
um, at somewhere on your journey, you will come upon a old abandoned house, and in that house will be a fireplace. Make your way into it, and you will find yourself a companion.
Okay. Sorry, this is unrelated, but isn't that how like Gengar is left in Pokemon in an old abandoned house?
Okay.
Sorry. I really like that episode.
Maybe you'll
Well,
find Gengar.
maybe
I
you'll find
want
Bianca.
to. I want to.
And lastly, but not the least, Firenze, what do you desire?
I think you already know. I've already given you a name.
Uh, Out of game, can you remind me? My brain died.
Yeah, yeah.
He
What was the
gave a
name?
name, Rogan. Like that's a person
Oh,
who's
Yeah,
passed who
Rogan.
died.
well, to twist another's minds is against the rules of the Fae, at least of the Archfae's
Um,
court that I'm a part of. But I will give you this. And he just snaps his fingers, and there is suddenly a sharp glow in the air where a small crystal flower appears, and he offers it to you. I hope this item will help you find your way to your true love.
take it, keep it.
Imagine having the Ember King as your wingman.
Exactly.
Well, then I have other patrons to attend to. You are welcome to stay here for as long as you want, and then you can choose which door you want to go out of. And that is the end of our adventure.
Wow,
Yay!
yay.
Wow.
So I hope you guys had fun. This
Yeah.
was really fun. This was kind of an example of a low combat one shot. So recently, previous to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight series, Wizard of the Coast kind of focused on combat driven adventures. And what changed with Wild Beyond the Witchlight is that there is scope of uh, avoiding combats in every single game. There were a lot of places where things could have gone badly and you would have ended up in combat in this one too, but you guys
Yeah.
focused on not harming at first shot. So that helped you out in that direction. And sometimes you will have games which are role play driven, sometimes you will have combat driven. I will be running other combat driven games later, so you're free to join at any time. I will keep on people updated. uh, so thank you for coming. I hope we get to play again with this party some other time. Anything
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
anyone would like to say before we end the stream?
Yeah, this was my first time playing D&D, so that was very fun for me. So thank you guys for playing along again. And thanks for being a really nice DM because I really enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
Yours was a nice character, you know? Just
Yeah, it
I'm
was
gonna.
fun.
Yeah, that's the thing. You played this character really well because sometimes people choose like introverted characters and then just isolate themselves from the party. You did not do that, which was very well played as a character. So it really helps you maintain party cohesion while still representing your identity. So really good job on the role playing for a first time
Thank you.
character. You did really well, and I would love to have you in more of my games in the future.
Yeah. Would you like, where would I find you? Like on the
Uh,
same server, how I found this
so
one?
yeah. So I will be
Okay.
posting on that server. I will also be putting messages on this server if you want to stick around.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
I'll just let you guys know on the other servers and also Mythos Conservatory. So just keep an eye out. You
I
will
will.
get
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. If
Yeah.
no one, okay, you want to say
Also,
something, Firenze?
yeah, yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
mean, I appreciate the work you did for this particular one shot, and like I loved all the voices you did, like even for the door
Yeah.
opening and the
Yeah.
rat noises. It was
Thank
so
you.
attractive.
Yeah.
We did have a
Uh,
viewer in on YouTube.
we do have viewers on YouTube and Twitch, which is cool. Uh,
Insane.
yeah. Most of our viewers appear on the channel after the stream is
Yeah.
over. So
Mhm.
yeah. Well, but thank you to our viewers. We had three in the middle. Thank you to everyone who joined the stream and watched us play live. You are free to watch the videos on YouTube at any point of time later. As for you, Firenze, what you said, thank you so much. I really enjoy voice acting, so it's something I love about being a DM, and I am still getting better at it. I still need to work on my accents because I can do voices well, but I can't do accents that well. So I'm still working on that in the future. Uh, Anything else anyone else would like to say?
GG.
This was second D&D game that I've ever joined,
Mhm.
and this was like very enjoyable. I loved it, and it was nice meeting you all too.
Yeah.
Very interesting characters.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the dynamic was really good between.
exactly. It was
Yeah.
really good. Everyone was involved. Everyone had a lot of fun. The party
Yeah.
it was very cohesive.
Yeah.
Also, sorry if I kept like fidgeting. I currently have chicken pox, so the whole time I've just been trying to not like scratch my face.
Well, it's fine. Take care. Get well soon.
Yeah.
I will end the stream now, but you guys are free to stick around and talk more if you want.
Yeah.
I think I have another game like soon.
Okay, cool. Okay,
So
Nice. That's fun.
nice. Cool.
yeah.
Chalo, it was really fun. Thank you
Okay.
everyone who joined the stream and everyone who is going to watch it later. We'll see you again and keep an eye out for more content coming out on the Mythos Conservatory channel. Bye bye.